Hello, this is Lowell's the Whoopity Doo and welcome to another LEGO Mindstorms video where I'm going to be showing you how to use LEGO Mindstorms. So, in my last video, I forgot what I did. I'm gonna go check, and I'm guessing you might know, but rather be safe than sorry. Just in case, like I say, I did something that I didn't do. Yeah, so this time my laptop's cooling mat is working properly, so I should be fine. Because I just heard my laptop start to buzz up. Then that's really annoying for me. Because my laptop has like this really nasty problem where it just keeps on heating up way too much. And it's annoying. Okay, so in my previous videos, I've been working on using these red blocks, which are data operation blocks. So I have done. Sorry, my voice is a bit cracky. Okay, there, that should be better. Nope, it isn't. Okay, so this is a math block and a round block. I talked about those in the previous episodes. So I think I'm going to be doing a compare block this time. Because the way that I work, I think I've mentioned this around 100 times by now, is I usually I usually told you what I was going to do in like the previous episode, but in these episodes I'm just like thinking on my feet and then doing them like right away. Okay, so a compare block. I think for a compare block you need to know true and false, so I might as well bring out logic operations and teach you about that. Alright, so these are the two different blocks that I'm going to be talking about, and I'm basically teaching you like a new type of way to communicate. Because before we were always using numbers. Yep, always numbers. So these yellow lines is a proper way to guess it, I guess. And sorry, these yellow lines are like a proper way to tell what it is. Like you can notice that this is green. That's the way you can tell the difference. So right now I'm going to start off by basically just giving you like a run through of what. Sorry if my mouse drifts a lot. That's because I'm on a slanted surface, so you might expect that throughout the video. That's because my hand's going to be off the mouse and on the keyboard. Compare and what's the other one? True or false. Okay. So I think for this I might as well just I'm gonna have to make two new variables. And remember how I said that you can make different types of variables? Well, when I talk about text, you just click it. It's pretty self-explanatory. So this is the new variable. I can give it a name. You will notice that you can't like place a variable that you've already created because variables have different variable types, and as you can see my mouse is drifting again. So what am I gonna call this? I think it can stick with the same names. Okay, lowell2. Okay, and then I'll make a new variable because for true or false, you most of the time need two variables, but you can work without it. Um, the thing is that it's just like it actually depends on what you're doing. Sorry, my mind's somewhere else right now. It depends on what you're doing. Apparently, I don't know the difference between. Okay, fine. Well, let's do. I'm cool with that. All right, so I'm going to write. I'm gonna make one of them true and the other one false. Because of that, I'm gonna have to grab in another one of these. Read true or false. Probably should have gotten ready before the video, but I guess it helps me to think on my feet. Yeah, okay. So lowell2 and then oh, okay. So right now I've written true and false to true to lowell2 and false to lowell2, and now I'm reading this. So I should bring this one over here. All right, so as you can see here, I have two different variables, and I'm just going to plug them in right now and then explain it. So true or false is very simple. It's either true or false, and you can use that in applications kind of where there is only a true or false thing. So you can't really use true or false for this because you can't tell the robot to move a true amount of rotations forward. You can use numbers for that, but you can't tell the robot to, in this case, brake or not to brake. because that's true or false. True or false can also be referred to binary if you want, but binary is something completely different. True or false is different too. But so you'll notice that you have like this break at end. Break at end basically means that the robot comes to a complete stop. And if you ever played around with this, you'll notice that if you place it to coast, which is the X, which means don't break, then what would happen is the robot will move forward. It kind of just turns the motors off, but still allows them to move. Alright, so right now I have this, so I'm just going to connect it here. So now we need to discuss the operation. So this block is a logic operation block. So right now it's AND. And these are kind of programming techniques. So AND is that both of these have to be true in order for this to be true. OR is either one of these. A has to be true and this has to be false. Wait, sorry. Alright, so either one of these true. You know what, to be honest with you, I don't really know much of these programming techniques because I haven't used them a lot. But the way I usually learn out of this is from, like, just playing around with it. So it's either or is one of these has to be on, so one on, the other off, and then XOR is something to that nature. You know what? I'm just gonna launch up Google Chrome right now, because with Google Chrome, I'm just gonna type it in. XOR, I believe. Alright, so you can just Google it up, really simple. Wikipedia, right there, and you can basically, like, you know, I might as well do this. B plus A. Alright, here we are. So this is kind of the way it works. In LEGO Mindstorms, you have A and B. So you can look it up on Wikipedia. I might as well do this now. So if A is 0 and B is... So, sorry, A is false, B is false. The output is false. Alright, so basically, XOR means that if one's true, the other has to be false in order to get it true. That's XOR, and NOT. I have no idea what NOT is, and I'm not going to research that now. You might just go do that. And it's really useful to do some research on your hands, because it really helps you out in like regular life. Like if you program a lot, you should probably get that on the first shot. And you're probably screaming at me right now, because I'm not very good at it. But let's forget about that. I want to see how much more time I have. Okay, I think I have enough time to get through compared to under the 10 minutes. Alright, so this is XOR, sorry. You know what, I'm just sticking to AND. So, if A is true, and if B is true, then this will be true. So, it's kind of like math, basically. So, if this is this has to be a certain thing, and this has to be a certain thing in order to get this. So, true or false. So, this is used in type of applications where it matters on whether something is true or not. I'm probably confusing you right now, to be honest. So I'm just going to leave it with this. If A is true and B is true, then this will be true. If A is false and this is true. So in other words, it needs to meet a certain standard before it's true. I think that's best said. Okay, so on to the next one. Sorry, my commentary is really bad, and so is my teaching skills. Read, numeric, Lowell's test. Okay. So compare is much more simpler. I'm positive. Another thing is that I probably haven't mentioned before is you don't have to have a second option. You can just click on this. So let's say you only want this to be true, then you can use and true, and then when this is true, this will be true too. But I'm gonna leave it like that for the fun of it. Same with this. Comparing numbers, I usually compare numbers just by like using like just this, like a data wire and data wire, not wire, and then a regular number. But I guess you can do it this way too. So it basically compares this value, and if it's equal, the value is true. Interesting. I did not know you can do that. 1 minute, let me just check something. Wow, this is interesting. Alright, you can play around with that. Bandicam stopped me from recording again. I usually catch it off guard like that. Alright, but where am I again? So, in my last video, I discovered that you can do this. I'm not sure how that would respond, but so right now I'm levels and test. Sorry, I'm a big mess right now. Alright, so it depends if these both values need to be equal in order for this to be true. I'm just going to leave that there. I don't even know what it's going to do. If these values aren't true, this will be false. Pretty self-explanatory. You have all the different functions, so I'm just going to do not equal to. This is like really simple. So AB, if this value is different from this value, this will be false. So that's pretty much it in this tutorial video. Sorry, it was really awful and bad. Hopefully I'll get better soon. And so bye, I guess. Stay awesome.